Good evening. It's Norma Cowie, and we're here for mental mind treatments. Well, I don't know about where you are, but here we have been absolutely smoked in for days. The last several days, actually, my son and one of the granddaughters was up. They usually come up around this time of the year to participate in the wonderful Okanagan. We have lots of sports that they can do up here. Anyway, it was just too smoky. So they tell me they had a great time shopping. They found lots of bargains and they did lots of shopping. So they left this morning and all I did was sleep. I've been sleeping all day and I was cold, so I've got my sweater on. So it's like fall is here already. So I'm going to ring my bell. There's my bell, calling us to session for those that want to find out and have a mental mind treatment for who they are, what they are, where they're going, etc. Now, as I usually do in the beginning, just to set things off, I've got a little vision card here, which says, what I do with my whole mind, my whole heart, and my whole soul. And that's the reality. That's what we really need to do with anything that we set our minds to, is to do it in every way. Well, actually, on the other side is just their intro of where to get some more cards if you need them. The other thing I thought I would do tonight, too, is to pull a tarot card. And that's the Six of Cups. And that reminds us about our memories. You know, we're very selective when it comes to our memories. We're very selective on how we think about them, where we keep them, how often we bring them out. And it's always an important time to be able to really sometimes think about what it is that your mind keeps going back to. Is it something you need to resolve? Is it something you need to clear? Is it just a nice thought or a memory, or is it a memory that doesn't leave you feeling the greatest? So I see we've got people here already, which I am absolutely pleased for. I know Marion put one up early. It was good evening, Norma, and blessings to all. And I see she's done the same things again now. But anyway, Marion says, hi. Maggie G says, hello, Norma, blessings. Yes, Maggie G. Well, you can always let me know what you want a prayer for, because we've got lots of times for this. Karen, blessings to Karen. Greetings, Norma. I would like a treatment for developing softer feelings for myself. And we've got 21. Hang on, I've got to put a couple things here, right in my book here. 21, 17, and 18. Softer feelings. So in other words, what that tells me, that you have a tendency to be hard on yourself. You judge yourself. You feel that you could be doing better, or all those other things that you're needing to do and haven't been doing. Now, if we look at these three numbers that you've given me today, and which I thank you for, 21 is the world. Like everything is balance. So this is all about balance. 17 is about balance. So it's like you have all this awareness and knowledge and understanding of who you are, where you are, and you can balance that. But the 18 is your emotions that get out of control. So let's look at it this way. And I think this is where the treatment is going to need to go today. And this is about believing in self. I'm just making a note here. See, if we don't believe in who we are, if we listen to everybody else's judgments, and sometimes people talk to us in a tone of voice that can just decimate us sometimes. It makes us feel, especially if we've had someone in a large part of our lives always talking to us like that. So we're going to start off with this treatment basically on about believing yourself, because we've got to overcome the emotionality. That little hidden words in there that say, I'm not good enough, I'm unworthy, and I could be better, I didn't do that right. All those little thoughts. Remember my freeze, evaporate, replace. You need to get rid of yourself. I can do so much, but you need to be able to clear them by blowing those things up and replacing them. Remember, Nature abhors a vacuum. So when you have a thought you don't want, you freeze it, you evaporate it, and then you replace it with what you do want, and then you encourage the new thought. But that's what you want. So here we go for Karen. I know there is one power and there is one essence. And I know as I speak my word for a Karen, it's as though the heavens light up and just many, many stars shining down with support and love and awareness. I also know at this point of time how important it is to move into a sense of selfness. And it's almost like I want to say, stand and then take a step forward into the new image of yourself so that you allow it to come to every element within you totally 100%. Every element of you is in this new vibration of acceptance and love and gentility with balance, loads of balance. So there is an awareness of looking around and seeing that life is supporting you 100%. In the support of this 100%, all fear, all anxiety, all frustration of not being good enough just drifts away because it has nothing to do with the reality of the moment in the sense of where we are, who we are, and where we're heading. I give thanks in the knowingness that as I speak my word for Karen, there is a shift within the modus operandi of who she is. She accepts herself as being beautiful, clever, knowing her own answers, and accepting herself fully in balance and awareness, and letting go of everything else as she believes I am. And that gentle feelings that she's looking for can come forth and be all that she desires to be. And as I release this thought with great gratitude and knowing that is true, it is done, Karen is blessed. And so it is. Amen. Okay, where are we now? Okay, Jason. Hang on a minute. Jason, you got 18, 15, and 1. A mental mind treatment for the days ahead, please. Okay. Wow, it looks like you've got a lot of emotional stuff going on right now. 18 and 15 are both two most emotional symbols that we have. One says everything is possible. So what I'm going to suggest, first of all, is that you recognize what goal it is that you want to achieve, that you keep it single-minded in the mind of where and what you're wanting to be, because the number one, it says everything is possible. But what we do to create, excuse me, the possibilities is we need to learn that aspire. We need to learn that there's a force, a power that is there for us. And sometimes that's a big step. It's like I watch horse racing sometimes, and when they're doing the steeplechases and they're jumping over like the water and the hurdle as well. There's a big jump. Or even in races when they do the steeplechase, there's a lot of world races going on right now. And it's like, how are they doing that? How are they getting over those things? Determination, single-mindedness. And if you have emotion going, it is difficult to move into single-mindedness and awareness, the liveliness of who you are and where you are, knowing that you have all the tools that you require. You have everything that you require at your fingertips. And so as I move into the treatment for Jason, as I speak my word for Jason on this evening, I know that all the inconsistencies, all the uncertainties, all the feelings of perhaps not being good enough, or how am I supposed to do that, or etc., the thousands of little thoughts that can be like worms are just shriveled up. And the glory of life, the glory of the divine loving force that is there for each and every person, if they allow it in, can come forward and balance. So the movement forward is with ease. My sense is that you need a lot of ease. And so we therefore know that the pathway is cleared. So it makes it easy for you to choose the direction that you're heading in. It makes it easy, not only in the awareness or the choosing of the direction of where you're heading and where you're going, it is also allowing you to become the magician that you are in your life. That these many aspects that we have within the mind and the emotion and the awareness of our power is able to be exercised in direction, awareness, love, and understanding. I give thanks from this day forth that Jason knows his power, knows that he is loved by the divine beyond measure, and that he is able to step out of the old shadows of fear, anxiety, and uncertainty. And in stepping out of those shadows, he steps into the light of his own strength, the light of his own power, the light of his own awareness as he moves forward. I give thanks knowing this. I give thanks and knowing that the light is always there when we request it, ask for it, and allow it in. The key is allowing it in so that we move forward. So it is with great gratitude I say thank you, thank you, thank you on behalf of Jason, so that his life becomes much smoother, easier, and an awareness of who he truly is. And I release this thought knowing that it is true and it is done by saying, and so it is. And we release that by saying that. So thank you, Jason. Okay, Marianne is again saying hi. Okay, Maggie G, we'd like a treatment for self-awareness. Okay, just a second here. Self-awareness, 6, 9, and 12. Okay. And one of the things that I like by having the numbers is that it clarifies where the blockages are. It's not just a matter of saying remove the blockages, is that we have an awareness. Now, funny, the card that we picked out, picked out tonight was the 6 of Cups. Has to do a lot with communication. And when we look at number 6, what it talks about in number 6 is the communication that we have within ourselves, the communication that brings all our 3 minds together. Remember, we're not just a mental mind. We have a subconscious. We have a conscious, which is where we are in the present. Here's my hands moving, but we have a subconscious that houses all our beliefs, attitudes, and judgments. And then we have a superconscious up there that is giving us the power of love, understanding, and awareness. So when we are confused, like often the number 6 suggests, our communication gets a little strange sometimes because it's like we forget that these 3 minds is the alignment of it. The mind, the mental mind has to go through the emotions to get to the supreme mind. Very often people just think you go like from here to there. But that subconscious that is down there, that has all the decisions that you've ever made, and often is the one that really gives you the problems, is that we need to have that in alignment and awareness and knowing. And what it says here, the answer lies within you. And this is about an acceptance of who you totally and truly are, which is number 12. So we need to clear the confusion. Okay, let's see how we do here. I know there is one power and one essence that is through all things, and including Maggie G. And I know that the confusion that reigns often between should I not, should I go here, should I go there, is this right, is this wrong, this person says that person says the other, who do I believe? All of these get really confused in there. I feel like I'm looking at a board of hodgepodge stuff. So let's just let that go for a moment and move into the center in the beingness of Maggie G, and know that you know your own answers. You know what is correct for you. You know what is right for you. You know what makes sense to you. And as you accept more and more of your strengths, of your knowingness, your willingness, your beingness, and I want to move my chin up a little bit because it feels like it's looking too much at my feet. I want to look at distance. I want to see that great design of life, and whether you call it God or like I do, love source or universal energy, who cares what the name is? The energy is the same. And it's like, embrace that. Embrace that in there and accept it, that it's there for you. And it gives clarity to the mind because it's peaceful and it's quiet and it gives a sense of direction. Now, I know that this beautiful sense of direction, this beautiful sense of power is available to us all. But right now, we're looking at Maggie G, accepting that and letting go of confusion. Other people's words are great, even mine. But do they work with you? Do they bring you solace? Do they bring you a sense of peace? Do they give you an element of direction so that you are more than you were yesterday or the day before? I know that Maggie G's self-awareness is growing to see the bigger picture, that beyond the hill, beyond the street, beyond the city, beyond the country, so that there is this connection to all that there is that brings an awareness of being part of it all. I give thanks in the knowing of this. I give thanks in the awareness of being part of all things and choosing which I choose to make it peaceful for me. I choose peace. I am peace. I am aware because I communicate with myself in such a direction that I am divinely led. And it's in that divinity that gives so much strength of being. Therefore, I give thanks as I release this thought for Maggie G, as I know that life is peaceful, as I look ahead with strength, acceptance, love, and just, I was going to say worship, and because it's just how I feel like I'm just embracing the heavens. And in that embracing, I become whole. I become whole and I become self-aware. So I give thanks in this knowing, and as I release this thought with great gratitude of the awareness and of the knowledge, I know that Maggie G is stepping into a new world of awareness, a new world of being, a new world of essence. And for that, I am incredibly thankful. And I say thank you, thank you, thank you. Big breath, and so it is. So it is. Thank you. Karen says, so helpful and so accurate. Always blessings to you, Karen. I thank you so much. Jason says, and so it is. Thank you. Capital letters like that too. Isha from the last week says, hey to you too. Jerry, Jason, thank you, Miss Norma, and blessings for everybody. Thank you. All your words are really accepted. Now, I do have my little list here in front of me of some people's. Now, the first person I want to go to is Leslie from last week. Now, the numbers I created for her today was 3, 4, and 12. 3 is loving, 4 is not sure, 12 is acceptance. And I wrote down to become comfortable and accept self. I know there is one power and I know there is one essence, and I therefore speak my word for Leslie. As I speak my word for Leslie, I know the lovingness that is in the soul, this absolute beautiful being is there. And for those that do not accept that and they want to abuse it, they want to see it, we just say, no, thank you. And acceptance of own strength, acceptance of loving self, accepting of having life be comfortable, and to accept that you're the dictator. You are not the giver, the planner, the doer for everybody else, But, rescuers have a tendency to want to make everybody else comfortable, and they usually pay the price. Therefore, in this case, this is about being comfortable for self, accepting self, and recognizing you are as equal as anybody else in your life. I know that as that thought form grows within you by day, that you are important, that your happiness, your well being is important, that you will move into a whole new awareness of being. And I give thanks in the knowing of this by saying, thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is. Amen. Okay. Now, I see that I wrote your name down, so I remember how to say it. Now I can't find where I wrote it. Oh, Ishko, I think it is Ishko. I want to thank you. You've got 4 and 3 through 16 and 18. I'd like a treatment for optimism with my health. Yeah. Okay. First of all, let's look at the numbers. Number 4 is when we have a misbelief, where we kind of get very stuck in this is the answer. 16 is when it feels like everything's crashing down around us, and it's always about accepting, letting go, and rebuilding. And 18 has a lot to do about having being fearful. So yes, we do need optimism here. So let us do a treatment on optimism and clearing out the misbelief that often will go when it becomes an illness that we're not sure is going to ever change. I know that there is one power and there is one essence, and that any person that wants to connect to that power can do so. I also know, as I speak my word here for Ishko, that the letting go of disbelief, the letting go of fear that it won't be any different, that it won't change, that we are able to allow light. Light to me equates with love. When we let in the light, when we let in the love that says miracles happen. As people who know me know, I often talk about some of the miracles that have happened in my life, things that just seem to appear and happen. And we always want and love those miracles when they occur. The thing is to recognize they do happen. This doesn't always to other people, but they happen to ourselves. The letting go of fear, the letting go of absolutes, the letting go of this is the way it is, and that's it. It's like drawing a box saying, well, this is the way it is, and that's how it's ever going to be forever. Actually, we need to let that go in order to allow the optimism in, the optimism to change the face, to change the being for ourselves. And so it's really, really important to take a good look at your actual continual thinking. Thought creates your vibration. Thought will gravitate. Things will gravitate to you that you may not want, that may not come. Some of them you are aware of, some of them are not, because they are hidden in the subconscious. So what we want is a clearing of the subconscious. We want a clearing out of many things here and allowing a sense of regrowth, reproving with love, softness, gentleness, ease, and a belief that is so strong that things can be changed. I give thanks in knowing that there is a light, there is a love in this world, whatever you call that power that is there that can help you, support you in changing the belief structures, changing the thinking, changing the feelings, so that you have optimistic views, no matter what anybody else says. Unfortunately, very often people are very pedantic that this is how it is. You got this, so that's it forever. It isn't always true. And the thing is, one has to find that faith inside that knows that. So I give thanks today. I give thanks that there is change for optimism. I give thanks for knowing that Ishko can have what she wants for herself in ease and grace. And anybody else who wants that can just get on that bandwagon and allow that loving energy just to take away all the fear, all the anxiety, and just allow it, the optimism to grow and strengthen and deepen within. And so I release this thought unto the grand design of all things by saying, and so it is. Amen. Okay. Zimba, thank you for saying hello. I've got another person in my book here, Jessica. This is from last week also. Was around where what I've working on today for her was to trust change, the growth, to trust the change that growth brings. Got 5, 17, and 3. 5 is needing more knowledge. 17 is balancing, and 3 is love. So it's really about trust. Trust isn't the easiest thing in the world when we're taught different things. And when experience has shown us this old thing worked or didn't work. And so it becomes really important to begin to trust the process that I talk about. I know there is one power and one essence, and I know as I speak my word for Jessica, that by trusting the change that growth brings, sometimes physical, sometimes mental, sometimes emotional, that it brings you into a greater harmony in life, a greater sense of being, and a greater love. And it's about letting go, not feeling that one thought that maybe you just don't really like too much, just let it go. Let it go. Many thoughts we have do not support us and do not give us trust in change. I know the power that is there for that. And so I trust that you will grant yourself the ability to bring in the love to make the change that growth will bring. I also am going to do one for Marion. And I got the numbers of 12, 13, and 1. And I've got all dreams, goals come into reality. Now, 12 is acceptance, 13 is movement out of the old into the new, and 1 is says all things are possible. So as I speak my word for Marianne, I know there is one power and one essence that works to create what it is we truly want in our hearts, what our goals are, and what our essence is. And so at this point, it's these dreams, which can be goals. Sometimes they come as dreams, sometimes they're just goals, that all of these can come into reality easily and quickly, and reality being the right word. I know there is one power and I know there is one essence as I speak my word for Marian. I know that the dreams / goals that Marian holds very dear to her heart and her beingness will manifest in reality. And in the manifestation of the reality, that her reality shifts and changes to her liking and into her lovingness and into her beingness. That is like 1,000 candles go off in the sky, well, fireworks, I guess you could say, in the sky. There is a rejoicing of finally reaching the end, the goal, the love and the light and the beingness. There is a letting go of the past. It's as though the past has no place in this future that is being represented. I give thanks in knowing that light, life, and beingness is changed. I give thanks in knowing that all things are coming with great ease, because everything is possible. And it's a letting go to allow that possibility in with such wonder and such strength and such beingness that there is just pure reward, love, and light. I give thanks in the knowing this as I let go of this thought, knowing that it is true and it is done, and we can all celebrate happily and easily. And for that knowingness, I am incredibly and truly grateful. And so ends this evening. I think I've answered or listen read everybody's comments, which I'm very happy. And if I missed your comment, I apologize. I'll just ring my little bell here again. Trust this week is going to be good. I hope there's smoke in your area as disappears as quick as it possibly can. I cannot believe there's so many fires that are going on, but I have my own personal beliefs about what's going on there. I also want to say, come Wednesday at 9 o'clock, I'll be back with Norma Talks. And again, next Sunday at 9 with a Sunday Thought. I appreciate the new subscriptions that are happening. I've counted, I've got 3 more before we hit 400. It's little compared to so many people, but it's a lot for me from where I started 2 years ago. So it's, if you're thinking and you haven't subscribed, please do. Please think about that. It just means that you'll be notified, especially if you hit the bell beside when I'm coming on or when there is something there. Also, I've had several letters, like letters come in, and I haven't had time to answer them, but I will be answering them tomorrow. I usually answer all my mail when people make a comment, and I have several to answer. It's just that I've been busy with family, etc. So you have a great night. Enjoy. Remember, you are loved beyond measure. That is one of the things that people forget. That no matter what happens, what you've done, what you think, you are loved for you because you're special, unique, and you can move forward. So I'm going to say night for now. Enjoy this week and hopefully no more smoke.